Aqueduct closing day, NYRA news and notes. Welcome to All Horse Racing All the Time. I'm your host, Al. Closing day at Aqueduct today, July 7th, 2024. And I'll tell you what, it is a scorcher over there. Heat index between 100, 102, 103 degrees, humidity through the roof. I'm surprised they're running this weekend. I would think if this wasn't closing weekend, they would have probably canceled racing both yesterday and today. But when would they make these races up? So they're sending them out there. The positive is there's a hint of a breeze, maybe 5 miles per hour. Hopefully everybody gets through the day healthy. I noticed a lot of horses are scratched, very tiny fields. So last day at Aqueduct today. And then on Thursday, July 11th, go up north, racing in the countryside, Saratoga, and they're off at Saratoga. So moving right from Aqueduct to Saratoga. We'll get into that, but first, green tea, Bigelow green tea, flavored with mint. Now that's supposed to have a lot of health benefits, helps with the blood pressure, the metabolism. Some people use it for weight loss. It's just plain healthy. It has a lot of antioxidants within it. It's supposed to be very good for you. So that's the drink of choice. And we got the cup here if you're wondering what we say. There, you are awesome. Keep that shit up. I got the cup says it all. So we're off to Saratoga next week. Actually later this week. So the racing will improve there. We had Chad Brown, some NYRA news and notes, complaining a bit about the Saratoga meet not being what it used to be. He split. Now, his complaint is the trainer title. Last year, he split the trainer title. It finished in a tie with Linda Rice. Now, they both finished the same amount of victories, and I believe it was 35. And the thing was, Chad won a lot of stakes races, and Linda, she's known for winning a lot of claiming races. So there's a difference as far as that trainer title goes, the prestige, but they base it on wins, and that's what the award's for. And Chad feels like the quality of the races just isn't quite what it used to be at Saratoga. They used to have more prestigious races. So Chad, he likes to complain sometimes, and he's looking, I believe, for his, he's won the last 4 trainer titles in a row. And for you Todd Pletcher fans, Todd Pletcher, opening day, you go back a few years, he's 1 for 31, 1 win in 31 tries on opening day. So just in case you see Todd Pletcher out there on opening day, don't jump through hoops to play his horses. He's usually not that successful on opening day over there. But Chad complaining a little bit. Saratoga. Where does Saratoga? Saratoga plays into Belmont. Belmont, as you know, is under construction right now. And they plan to have that track reopened in 2026. But the big news there is a couple of things. They're changing the surface, the type of dirt they use and the materials that are underneath the dirt to mirror the Saratoga dirt surface. It's a different type of dirt. It's supposed to be healthier for the horses, less chances of breaking down. So they're going to that new dirt surface. But what they're also doing at Belmont, they're going to be running there in the winters now. So much for racing at Aqueduct. I don't know what they're going to do with the track. They got the new casino over there, the building there, got hotels there. And I don't know if they're going to leave the simulcast open or if they're going to try and expand the casino. But that remains to be seen. But no more racing at Aqueduct. And I can't say I'm going to miss it. That's where I got my sea legs when I first started playing the races. Handicapping. I began my handicapping career in 2007 when I learned how to read the form. But before that, I'd been a horse racing fan for years. I'd gear up. Sometimes I go to the track just to see horses run. I really didn't bet. I might throw a couple bucks down, but I wasn't handicapping the races. I went strictly as a fan and followed the Triple Crown season and got into it. The Triple Crown season for me, really, Kentucky Derby, always big. And the Preakness, that was always big too, because I'd root for the Derby winner. And then if the Preakness winner, the Derby winner didn't win the Preakness, then I was like, I couldn't really care less about the Belmont Stakes. But that all changed. So 2007, so I have some fond memories going to Aqueduct pretty regularly over there. But I'm not going to miss it. They usually have such small fields. Today was no exception. Races are unplayable. How many times do you see exactas that come in at $5, $6? So time is limited for Aqueduct. They'll come back to Aqueduct after Labor Day and continue there right through most of next season, right through the winter as they work on Belmont, head up to Saratoga for the Belmont Stakes. So that's the deal with that. Aqueduct pretty much going to be out the window. I'm not sad to see this this season end here. The dismal winter and fall and winter and spring. A lot of small fields, a lot of rain. But the other big news about Belmont, and this goes for 2026 when they reopen, and they're going to be running in the winter there. What's going to happen is this. All of the races are going to be on the synthetic, the Tapeta surface, right? All the races. I think that's fantastic news. Am I a big Tapeta fan? No, but you learn to live with it and you learn how to play it. It takes a little, getting used to get comfortable with it. And it's a solid surface, and I'll tell you why. The thing is this with the Tapeta. At Belmont, now if they're going to run the winter season, all the races on Tapeta. But the other seasons, except for when they're at Saratoga, of course, they'll have the regular dirt track open, the turf track open, and the Tapeta surface. They'll be running on all three. But for the winter months, they're going to be running strictly on the synthetic surface. And already, owner Mike Rapoli is complaining about that. He's very disappointed. He feels that the owners are getting screwed. A lot of them have horses that like to run on dirt. They're not going to want to train it at Belmont in 2026. Now, remember, it's still 2024, right? We're talking 2 years away. And already he's complaining about this. So he's complaining. He says a lot of the owners and trainers, they're not going to want to run their horses there. But I love the idea because what's going to happen is this. Now, in the winter, when they were running at the winter at Aqueduct, they would have no turf racing. We'll all be on that dirt track over there. So this is going to open up a whole new spectrum of horses that can run, because now, like Turfway Park, you're going to have the turf horses running at Belmont in the winter, which never would have been before. And then you're going to have, of course, the regular horses that run on dirt. A bunch of them will still be there. And like some of the other Tapeta tracks, you're going to bring in a whole new wave of entries from other tracks that might not have synthetic racing. In the winter, they'll bring their horses to New York, so that will drive bigger fields. And the turf races, you'll get the turf horses there. You'll get the Tapeta horses there. You'll still get your dirt horses. And the kicker is, when it rains, the synthetic track takes good to the rain. You're not going to get a bunch of scratches over there like on a regular turf course where it rains. A lot of horses scratch out. Now it's not going to be main track only, or have main track only and scratches. Those races that usually would scratch out or go off turf, they'll stay on the synthetic. So you'll get a lot more horses. Rapoli. And as far as Mike Rapoli goes, he always likes to complain. And he never runs, when they were running at Aqueduct in the winter, rarely do you see him entering horses for NYRA in the winter anyway. So what's the big deal? Now he kind of wants to, boycott Aqueduct or Belmont in the winter, which is only amounts to how many months, right? 4 months. that meet. Big deal. And Rapoli, in the winters, he usually runs most of his horses over at Gulfstream anyway. So that's one change over at NYRA we got to look forward to. The winter surface is all races on the Saratoga track for NYRA. So that's the latest now. Again, the weather just scorching hot here. I hope everybody had a happy and healthy 4th of July. Nobody had any M80s going off in their hands, any crap like that. And so many firework injuries you hear about. And I hope your weekend is great. Again, up to Saratoga this Thursday, July 11th. We got some big races coming up there. The Jim Dandy, of course. And we got the Travers. You can't say enough about that. So hopefully they have some big fields. I did look at the card briefly, and they have gigantic fields scheduled for Thursday at Saratoga. So if you like the show, let your racing friends know about it. Hit the like button. Feedback is always appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you want to get notifications in advance, and hit the subscribe bell. It's the bell over there next to the subscribe button, so you get notified automatically in advance for all new and upcoming videos. So have a great day, evening, whenever you're watching this. Thanks for watching. And remember, may the horse always be with you.